What's going on YouTube? Just another video. I'm just gonna be collecting some data for what I think is gonna happen this week. For those, if you guys do not know me, my name is Sam. I've been trading for almost a year. Um, right now, the model I use to trade is called quarterly theory, incorporated with ICT and SMC concepts. Right now, I'm just gonna be collecting data. I'll probably also review how I could have traded some days last week. So just gonna remove all my drawings and just start from the 4 hour. So as a whole, like as I was collecting some data yesterday, I noticed that the month of April, the monthly profile of April, which can be found on the 4 hour time frame, is AMD. Yeah, yeah, it's XAMD. So the first week of April, which started from the 29th on Sunday and ended like literally ended early, yeah. So this is an expansion. I'm just gonna mark that out. Alright. So that was expansion. So meaning if we had expansion the first week, that means the second week we're gonna have accumulation. So meaning when I say accumulation, we are going to be making buy stops and sell stops. We're not going to be taking any liquidity during that time or making any higher time frame sequentials. We're just going to be accumulating throughout the week. So the next week will set us up for manipulation where we will take out those buy stops. And then, what am I doing? And then the following week will be our distribution week where we would um just distribute in the whatever the weeks and months power of 3 is. So let me just go to the monthly real quick just to find the monthly open to see um, where the month opened at. So that's our monthly open right there. Now I need to find, because I need to use this to find the monthly power of 3 to help determine which direction of the weeks of this whole month of April is most likely going to go. We can use power of 3 to basically like predict how like the directions price will most likely go. We do that by marking the monthly open. So basically a rundown with power of 3, we basically just mark out whether it's the daily open, the weekly open, the monthly open, and then we see how if it manipulates below it or above it, depending if it's a bullish or bearish candle. We can use that to our advantage because there's something called a O, like an open low high close and open high low close profile. It's basically when we'll be incorporating AMD, meaning that we'll accumulate on the open, we'll manipulate the accumulated stops, and then we'll distribute like the opposite way. So let's say monthly open, we made a monthly open, we accumulated, made stops, and then went below it, the monthly open. Then now we're going to distribute above the monthly open and close back in the range. That's just typically what power 3 is. So I'm going to be using that. So now that I have the monthly open marked, I'll go to the weekly time frame. Actually, no. Yeah, I'll go to the weekly time frame to basically like see where we're at. So the weekly open is down here. All right, let's go to daily. So since we opened up, looks like we manipulated below monthly open on Thursday. That means on like prior to that week, we most likely, yeah, exactly. We had accumulation. So right here, let me just draw that out for you guys. So right here was our accumulation, and we manipulated those buy orders right here, and now we're about to just continue to distribute. So I feel like we could seek higher prices. Yeah, we could definitely seek higher prices. Maybe like if we retrace, let me just check the daily DFR just to see um, where we can retrace to. Okay, so what the DFR is basically just to tell us a week's range approximately, and how many points it can like either pump or dump. You can also use this like with standard deviations. So right now we have a bullish weekly cycle, which is at low of the week. No, it's actually right here. Show you guys real quick. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. So we have a weekly cycle right here. All right, you see MNQ and ES took the low, took this monthly low, and YM did not. So we basically just draw that out. Just type SSMT. I'll get more into like QT in depth, but right now, just want to like show you guys how I find buys for like a couple of weeks in this month. So going based off the monthly open, we accumulated, meaning we took no candle. Okay, we accumulated for 430 points, and then the next day we manipulated below monthly open. So we opened, accumulated, went below, so that would make this a open, low, high, close profile on the monthly profile. So we can just type monthly, power of 3, open, low, high, close. So now that we know the monthly profile is going to be an open, hold, high, close, that means we're definitely going to seek, we're probably just going to retrace to one of these deviations if we don't, to like probably make like a weekly SSMT to then push us higher. Now potential draws of liquidity. So now we know the direction for this week. Yeah. Weekly opens right here. Open, low. Yeah, same thing. Same thing for the week. So we opened and then we put in a WCSMT to then send us higher. So that was the weekly power of 3 was open, low, high, close. The monthly power of 3 is most likely the same thing. So yeah. Hmm. Okay, this will probably be okay. That was pretty okay. Yeah, okay. I see what you know. Yeah, so it's open, low, high, close, monthly profile. Right now I feel like what I'd like to see from price with this upcoming week. Right now I feel like we have a hidden. Do we have a hidden? Let me see. Can't really use that. Use that. Is that a monthly cycle? Jesus. Can we use that? Okay, so we have a monthly cycle SSMT that's apparently bearish. So we can definitely see some lower prices, no doubt. I still want this external draw. I think that's like it was previous week's high, but now it's just external draw. That was that Trump candle the other day. We just have that marked out in case we go up and take it out. So all right. So monthly power 3 LHC profile for monthly cycle. Seek lower prices. I don't believe that this is going to hold because there's no. Is there a DC? Okay. Usually to validate monthly profile SSMTs, you need a DC SSMT as well. So if there is actually a DC SSMT, we might actually see shorts this week. Other than that, I can't really like. Yeah. True day. We manipulated True day on. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, we mitigated True month open, so we do have a monthly cycle something. Not with that high, but with this high. Yeah. Interesting. Um, hmm. So based on power 3, I'm stuck. Um, so let me just continue what I was doing. MCSMT may just go lower by 500 points. That was on Wednesday. Retrace back into this 4-hour CB, or hourly CB actually. Nope, 4 hours, right? And there was doubles markers as well there. So that was draw liquidity. Retrace off that CB. After we retrace, kind of made a little swing there. like almost like a hidden. Nah, it's a SMT. SMT, man. So, okay, let me just continue. So, I think I would like to see two things happen for this next upcoming week of, let me see where it will start. It will start from the 6th to the 10th. April 6th to the 10th. So for that week, I would like to see if this MCSMT does not get validated or does not hold. I'd like to see higher prices towards external draw. If it does hold, they do get a DCSMT at one of these highs, maybe we'll probably take out some liquidity. I'd like to see this dump towards the middle of this, maybe even possibly lower, probably back to the range. But fitting the monthly power 3 profile, it looks like we already manipulated below the lows, so I feel like we would have to probably go no past than this gap right here and actually just continue, so that will probably invalidate the MCSMT that we have above. So I think I'm rooting more for this MCSMT getting invalidated and us taking that high, and for us to also take that high. So going back on the monthly, right? We can see that we retested this monthly busy, right? We've officially like retested back in the range of the whole like yearly like profile type, you know? So it's kind of destined that we start seeing some bullish action right now. You know, I can only see higher prices for the next couple of months, at least for now, because we already like retested. We have no like confluences, and we had IOFED retracing back into this gap, wick to perfectly close outside the gap, creating that bullish displacement. So let's just do a recap. So April monthly profile. Let me just write this down. April monthly profile. It's XMD. First week of April, we expanded. As you can see right here, let me just draw it out. See right here, we expanded this week by 1,000 points. Yeah, we expanded the whole week by 1,000 points. So most likely we're going to accumulate, and this next week, so second week, April, most likely accumulation. I can't really do the weekly profile yet because market hasn't opened. We don't have um, the first set of price action. So once market opens, I will probably update you guys on new price action. However, the second week of April is most likely going to accumulate based off the monthly profile following XAMD. So A being accumulation, X being expansion, M being manipulation, D for distribution. So if we accumulate, that means we're probably, if we do, we're probably not going to take out this MCSMT because we would need, we don't want to validate the MCSMT. We can't have any externals during accumulation quarter because that would not make it accumulation because during accumulation buy stops and sell stops are engineered being created, right? So we would need just for that range bound. So I can see us going down a little bit, probably going up, probably taking one or two highs on the lower time frame. We can see some internal SSMTs like then maybe the daily, 90-minute, maybe even micro, right? I can see that forming. But no WC, no weekly, no monthly, no yearly. We cannot form any externals during accumulation week because we are strictly engineering liquidity, right? So I could just see us ranging during this profile. Since we are manipulated, we can honestly be ranging up as formulas as form of oh my god, I can't speak. As a form of our distribution, so we can possibly accumulate like this. Probably gonna time distort, taking this out, right? But we're probably not gonna put any new SSMT yet. And the only way we do is if we take out this external drop before YM or ES does. So I feel like throughout the week, we're gonna open on Sunday, probably dump to support this range right here, and then probably like accumulate slowly but surely on our way up, getting ready, getting set up for distribution of the monthly power of 3, which also fits the manipulation of the next week. So if we get set up for distribution of the monthly power of 3, that also sets up for our weekly manipulation. Yeah, weekly manipulation. I said weekly, I mean monthly manipulation, which will be the following week. So, following the monthly profile, uh, distribution. Let me just write this stuff down. I'm confusing myself, but second week, most likely going to be accumulation. High time frame, high resistance, price action. Setting up for distribution also fits the monthly profile for the third week manipulation. So this week we can still get some good trades, but at least I know where my draw is for this week. And let me just see if I missed anything. So WCS SMT, let me see what that highs. External draw above. Let's see, power through. Let's see. No externals. Okay. We'll wait for Sunday open to make inference of weekly profile. Because once we know what, if let's say later today is Sunday, Easter, right? So if 6 o'clock comes, market opens, and we expand. Now we know that what's it called? This week will be XAMD, right? Because the first quarter expanded. So if this week would most if this week is XAMD, if this week is XAMD, that means we expand on Monday. On Monday, accumulate on Tuesday, manipulate on Wednesday, and distribute on Thursday. It's pretty simple. I know it's a lot. I know I'm pretty bad at explaining things. Um, the more I do it, the more I'm gonna get better. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something. I know QT is a lot, but I just know that QT has helped me like become very consistent and increase my win rate as well. I feel like my win rate is like about almost 90% right now. Um, in the past 2 months, I've lost 3 trades or had 3 losing days. Rather that. Um, yeah, incorporating time with price just makes everything more clearer, more confirmation, you know, based off just going off the liquidity sweeps and like fair value gaps, incorporate time with that, you know. How does like key opens fit this? How does true opens like just everything to like make it all lined up because the better it looks, the more high probability it's gonna work. So yeah, I hope you guys learned something today and I appreciate y'all if you guys are watching. Yeah, let me know if you guys need any help or anything.